attack, or assault? You decide. I'm going to tell you about an event, and I want you to determine in your mind, was it an attack, an accident, or an assault? You get to pick attack, accident, or an outright assault. So here's the story, and I don't mean from the old series. This is an accounting of an incident. On the night of December the 20th, 2014, a young man was in a vehicle. He was at a place called the Waterfront, located in Homestead, Pennsylvania. It is also shared with other municipalities, West Homestead, and also Munhall. The gentleman was in the left-hand lane, waiting to make a left onto Amity Street, heading towards Homestead. At that time, a Port Authority bus, which is public transportation for those of you not in the city of Pittsburgh or its suburbs. It is our version of BART if you live in California, SEPTA or whatever. Not SEPTA, I think that's something else, but it's our public transportation. So at any rate, it's Port Authority Transit. At that time, this bus was coming from Homestead and entering into the Waterfront complex. This bus was in the right-hand lane, coming at a higher rate of speed that could safely negotiate the right turn entering into the Waterfront. Normally, the Port Authority bus drivers go extremely slow, maybe only reaching 1 to 2 miles an hour. Who knows? I am not a mathematician. I can't guesstimate, but extraordinarily slow, and even at almost no speed at all, it's very difficult to negotiate the turn. The gentleman in question was observing this bus coming at him and his family at a high rate of speed. The gentleman then backed up to get out of the way and ensure that there was no catastrophic or death, no catastrophic injuries and or death. At the time, the gentleman was waiting at the light to make a left onto Amity Street. It was a weekday, I believe, 5 days before Christmas, 2014. At that time, there was not any vehicles in the parking lot or waiting. And that person, before they backed up, asked his two passengers to look. They didn't see anything. As a result, all of a sudden, boom, there was a collision. And initially, the gentleman thought that it was partially their fault. But it was revealed by the third party that she was driving with her head down and looking through her purse. She admitted this to multiple people, all three people in my vehicle. Yes, I revealed that it's me. She also reported it to a security officer employed by the Waterfront. And she actually told a police officer, for whatever reason, did not put it in his report. So, the question brought for your non-biased opinion opinion. If a person is at a red light and no one's around, and suddenly you see a vehicle coming at you at a high rate of speed, no one's behind you at that time that you decide to do this, and then you hear a collision, and the person that you supposedly hit admits to having their head down and looking through their purse. The question brought to you the public and the jury, obviously not really the jury, but your opinion. Number one, there's two questions. Would you have risked being hit and not moved the vehicle? And two, if you were that person, hearing that the third party had their head down and looking through their purse, would you believe that you should be held liable, being that you were originally by yourself and all of these events occurred? I'll give you actually an additional question. If you were by yourself, minding your own business, you had to choose to risk your life or just stay there. And remember, nobody's around. And you made the decision that I made, and I would make 1 trillion more times if necessary. Do you believe that you can consider what happened an accident? Or would you believe that both the bus driver and the third party who admitted to having her head down and looking through her purse, would you say the person that backed into them supposedly, or the other two very interesting drivers, I'm not trying to prejudice anybody, but we'll just say driving challenge possibly, of the three people, not having any visualization at this time, but just going by what you are hearing, of the three people, if you were the judge assigning blame, which of the three would you conclude was responsible? The bus driver driving at a high rate of speed, making a right turn into a very narrow intersection. The person who was parked, not moving at all, and ready to make a left turn, or the person decided to be driving with their head down and looking through their purse. So you have a choice, multiple choice here. Driver is choice one. The bus driver is choice one. Al Torcaso, that's myself, is choice two. The one who is stationed, not moving, waiting for a light to turn to make a left turn. Or we'll call the third party Mrs. K, who admitted to having her head down, and looking through her purse. So bus driver, fast turn. Me, not moving. Mrs. K, head down, looking through her purse. That is your choice. I would like to hear your feedback at 412-559-2731. Or if you want, you can just, like it, whatever you want to do. But I'd like to know what you decide.